They made a statue of us and put it on a mountaintop. Now tourists come and stare at us.
There was some conflict in the lower cases. Now, they are not deciding whether this guy is guilty or not guilty. They are deciding whether or not procedural due process was adhered to. So what
After us. And later say it's all our fault. Then they'll give us a talking to.
We're here, Supreme Court.
They've got years of experience. Living in a den of thieves. Rummaging in
People gather to challenge any law or policy that seeks to undermine
Supreme Court that our democracy is not for sale. It's time we start door knocking in state capitals and say we need campaign finance reform.
and it's contagious. It's contagious.
Hi, Congressman. So I was wondering, what are you speaking for today?
I'm speaking for my constituents, the people across this country, whose voices are being drowned out by big money and special interests. There's too much money involved in politics. We need to take it out. We need to empower people, not big corporations. There are other things we need to do too, and we need to put limits on how much can be spent in campaigns and how much can be donated to campaigns.
Is there anything you'd like to tell the youth of America about this issue? We are all high school students, we're seniors, and we're here to watch the case today. So,
Well, I just want to say you're more important than money. That your voices count, and that your voice and that your voices ought to carry more weight than whoever has the most money to donate to the political campaign. You matter. You should care about this. This is about your future.
thank you.
Good luck.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, Representative. Yeah.
I'm freaking out! I just interviewed a congressman. I don't know. His name is Congressman Jim McGovern.
When we visited the Supreme Court, we were able to see the 9 justices in action. What was really interesting about that was before visiting the courts, Mrs. Cook-Kallio would tell us to search out the biographies of each of the 9 justices. So we learn about them, and by going to the Supreme Court, we actually get to see them in person, in action. And what was really nice about that was we overheard the case Burr versus Tillow. Another interesting aspect about the Supreme Court was that each of the 9 justices had their own political view, for example. And by listening to what they said and how they made their decisions and the rationale behind it, we got to see why they were actually conservative or why they were actually liberal. I thought that was something that would be invaluable to our competition.
We are the Supreme Court. We're official. We're official.
I paid attention.
What'd you
I thought it
think?
was really interesting, and I like, I don't know, I mean, the defendant's attorney was, her argument was just all over the place, and her evidence was that there was no evidence.
Chelsea and I are going to take the train. Shh. Don't tell CK. Oh, and we're in!
Immigration reform.
After lunch, we went to the James Madison Foundation, where Mrs. CK and Mrs. Piekarski used to be fellows there. The James Madison Foundation is basically a research center where they research stuff related to the Constitution and to what James Madison did. So when we were there, they divided us into groups, and we each got a portion of the Federalist Papers, and we read and interpreted it, and this will help us in the future because we can cite the Federalist Papers in competition.
Claire Griffin, I'm a James Madison Fellow from the class of 1992. I taught high school history and government for 28 years and have been working in civic education for another 10 years. The Constitution is my passion. It needs to be the passion of every single citizen in this country.
Drive you away. I know what you're saying.
Capitol building.
Cookies!
Free food?
Woo!
So please help yourself. So on Wednesday, we went to talk to Congressman Mike Honda in the Capitol building, and you know, it was really cool because he's actually the representative for our area, so it was really nice putting a face to, you know, the person who speaks for us. And he was a pretty cool guy. I mean, I think he was one of the first lecturers to actually treat us as friends. He cracked a lot of jokes with us, he shared a lot of life stories with us, rather than kind of lecturing us on the state of politics, which I thought was a nice change from the really intensive seminar we've been having the whole week. He made fun of Enfant a lot, which is awesome. It's fair to say that he probably thought that he was coming in to talk to us, you know, have a cookie and talk to us about how awesome the government was, all the basic stuff, but I think we ended up asking him questions that really made him sweat. And even though, you know, he might not have known some answers, I thought that the fact that he tried to fill it in with some of his own philosophy and try to make us understand things from his perspective, I think it really meant a lot of us, and I think it'll benefit us further in the competition as well.
That's what I do. I know I was wrong, but I won't let you down.
My favorite part of the trip was definitely meeting John Lewis, because it was like meeting like a living part of history, because we always hear about civil rights and we hear about it and think about it kind of in the past tense. Right now we don't think that much about African American people or people of other races getting discriminated against, but then when we went and met John Lewis, we saw someone who was really involved in the civil rights movement and was alive when all of this was happening. And so he experienced the discrimination firsthand, and the fact that he's still alive and still fighting for some of the same principles, even as they apply to like kind of somewhat different topics, but the fact that he's still alive and he can still talk about his experiences and relate to what happens today really shows that though we've come a long way, some of the same issues are still plaguing us. And it was also really adorable when Mrs. Cook-Kallio cried, and I think that really affected all of us too and helped us realize just how amazing of an opportunity we've had.
Sitting in at a lunch counter. That day, 89 students were arrested. But we were standing in the street, and the officers asked us whether we wanted to continue to stand or move, or we would be arrested. And we understood what he said. But they were the nicest police officers you ever wanted to meet. They were just wonderful. When they took us into the wagon, they kept on saying, "Can I help you? You okay?" is the handcuff, the thing they put on you, the little plastic thing. Back in 1960, they had those metal things that just lock you in. But they kept saying it was too tight, you want some water.
You say, oh, someone you know. But I promise you this, I'll always look